Hi, I'm Sarah from Knitting-and.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make a crochet motif with a loomed flower for the centre. This motif is known as the African flower. Here you can see my finished motif worked in Vera Cardellino, but you can use any worsted weight yarn. Cascade 220 is another excellent option. You'll need worsted weight yarn in up to 4 colours, but at least 2 colours. You'll also need a loom that makes 3 1/4 to 3 1/2 inch flowers. You can use the outside pegs of a Studio 12 multi-fleur loom, the large circular frame on a Clover Hannah Army loom, or a nifty knitter loom, and that's what I'll be using today. You'll also need a 5mm or H crochet hook. Start by making a flower using the layered wrap technique and with an open centre. If you don't know how to work either of these techniques, check out my flower loom playlist and you'll find videos that say how to work those techniques. When you wrap the loom, go around 4 to 6 times, depending on how full you want the flower on the front of your motif. You can also use any technique to stitch the centre. I've used an open centre because I think it looks nice on these motifs. To begin, take your flower, and you can see here one group of loops that form a petal. What you want to do is to take the 2 loops that are at the back. 1, 2. And put your crochet hook into those. Now go over to the next group of loops that form the petal on the left hand side and take the 2 loops that are at the back and put your hook into those as well. Now, using the yarn that you want to form this part of the motif, here I'm using a light blue. Take the yarn, pop it over the hook and pull it through those 4 loops. Yarn around the hook, both strands, and pull that through. And that attaches your yarn to the first set of loops. For the first petal, work 3 chain, 1, 2, 3. Yarn around the hook, through the loops of the petals, yarn around the hook and pull it through. You have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn around the hook, pull through 2 loops, yarn around hook, pull through 2 loops, and that forms a UK treble stitch or a US double crochet. Now work 2 chain, 1, 2, yarn around the hook, through those same petal loops, yarn around the hook, pull it through, and work off 2 loops at a time as you just have for the first stitch. And do that one more time in the same petal. Yarn around the hook, and now you're going to pick up 2 loops at the back of the next 2 petals. So push all of those out of the way. Two loops, put the hook through, 2 loops from the back of the next petal, put the hook through, yarn around the hook and pull through the petals. Now finish off the UK treble crochet or US double crochet as you did before. And work another stitch into the loops. 2 chain, and 2 more stitches into the same loops. Now continue working all the way around in that same manner. Take 2 loops from the back of the next 2 petals, and into those work 2 UK treble crochet or 2 US double crochet. 2 chain, 2 UK treble crochet or 2 US double crochet. I'm going to do that all the way around, and then I'll show you how to finish the round. To finish off the round, slip stitch into the 3rd chain at the beginning. To begin the next round, work a slip stitch into the 2 chain space. Three chain, and then work 6 UK treble stitches or US double crochets into the same 2 chain space. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now skip this space and work 7 UK treble stitches or US double crochets into the next 2 chain space, and do that all the way around. Here you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petals all the way around. And to finish off that round, I join to the beginning with a slip stitch, just as I did on the last round. But this time I'm going to cut the yarn and join in a new colour. The next round is when we form these long stitches that create the petals for the background of the flower. Take a contrasting colour and join your yarn at the beginning of one of these petals. That is this stitch here. You can see that if you pull it, you can see that's the top of the first treble or double crochet stitch. So join your yarn. If you have a different method of joining your yarn that you prefer to use, by all means use that. 1 chain, and then work a UK double crochet or US single crochet in the top of the next 6 stitches. So yarn through the top of the stitch. Normally I would be working over the top of this yarn to secure it in, but I'm not going to do that so that you can see what I'm doing. Hook through the stitch, yarn round and pull through, yarn round the hook and pull through both the loops. And do that all the way to the other side of the same petal. That will be a total of 6 stitches, not including the chain stitch at the beginning. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The next stitch creates a line between these large petals. skip this space and put the hook through between the petals on the very first round. Yarn around the hook through this space all the way down there, yarn around the hook again, pull the loop through and pull it longer, yarn around the hook and pull through 2 loops, yarn around the hook and pull through 2 loops. Then work 7 US single crochets or UK double crochets in the top of the next 7 stitches, and I'll show you how to do that long stitch again. I've worked those 7 stitches. I'm going to show you how to do the long stitch one more time. You can see there are 2 spaces, one right next to where we are working now and one on the round before. Yarn around the hook and put the hook through this space here on the very first round. Yarn around the hook, pull through and pull that loop nice and long. Yarn around the hook, pull through 2 loops, yarn around the hook and pull through 2 loops. Now continue working in that way all the way around the flower. 7 UK double crochets or US single crochets, 1 in each of the next 7 stitches, and then a long stitch in the gap between. Do that all the way around and then join to the beginning of the round with a slip stitch, just as you did before. I've joined to the beginning of the round with a slip stitch and cut the yarn so that I can join the next colour. You can see there are now 6 very distinct petals behind the loomed flower. To begin the next and final round, take your yarn that contrasts to this colour. Normally I would be using a different shade of blue, but it's a bit dark to show up on the video, so I'm using this light blue again. And join to the beginning of a petal in the top of the first stitch after a long stitch. So I'm going to put my hook through here in the very first stitch and fasten the yarn to the motif. Now work 3 chain stitches. Oops, that's 1, 2, 3. Yarn around the hook into the next stitch, yarn around the hook and pull through for 3 loops, yarn around the hook, pull through 2 loops, yarn around the hook and pull through 2 loops to create a US double crochet or UK treble crochet. Now repeat that in the top of the next 2 stitches. Yarn around the hook through the top of the stitch, yarn around the hook, pull through, yarn around the hook, pull through 2 loops, yarn around the hook, pull through 2 loops, and once more in the top of the next stitch. And you'll find that you're now in the centre of this large petal. Work 2 chain, 1, 2, and then another US double crochet or UK treble crochet in the same space as you work to the last one. And now work 3 stitches, 1 in each of the next stitch. One, 2, 3, 1 chain and skip the top of the next stitch, which is above the long stitch, and work 1 US double crochet or UK treble crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So skip 1 and work in the top of each of the next 4 stitches. 2, 3, 4. 2 chain, 1, 2, and then a stitch in the same space as the last stitch, and then 1 stitch in each of the next 3 stitches. One, 2, 3. 1 chain, skip the next stitch and repeat all the way around for each petal. I've worked all the way around. I'm back at the beginning. I'm going to work 1 chain to finish off, because this is a long stitch here and each of those has 1 chain over the top, and I'm going to join to the 3rd chain stitch at the beginning of the round with a slip stitch. And I've finished. And here is my finished motif. If you would like a written version of this pattern, check the video on YouTube if you're watching this embedded on a website, and you'll find a link underneath to the written instructions on my website. If you enjoyed this video tutorial, please feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, or share it with your friends.